So you've got your window, you look to the angle of elevation from the horizontal line to the next building was 28, the angle of depression to the bottom of the building was 34, and it tells you that the window is 24 feet off the ground. So this length up to this window where you're measuring was 24. Okay, we have a bunch of triangles here. Both of these would be 90 degrees here, right? If it's 24 here, it would also be 24 up to this point on this side over there. And we need to find out how tall the apartment block is. So it would be nice if we could find out what this value x is from here to here, because then the apartment block would be whatever x is plus the 24. But if I look at the triangle on the top, I don't have three pieces of information. And I don't have at least one side. I've got 28 degrees, I've got the angle, but I don't have another side. But if I look at the triangle on the bottom with the 24 feet, I do have an angle, a side, and the 90 degrees. Can you see that they share, both those triangles share this red line? If I can find that out, and I'll call that y, I'm going to be able to find out and solve the rest of it. So let's look at our triangle at the bottom. If I want to find y, I've got 34 here. Y would be the adjacent side, right? And what would the 24 be for the angle of 34? It would be the opposite, because this, on this bottom triangle, this is my hypotenuse. So I have the opposite, and I want to find the adjacent. So when I go to my definitions, I'm going to use sine, cos, or tan. Tan. So tan of 34. Opposite side we know is 24. The adjacent side is y, which we want to figure out. Again, multiply both sides by y, divide both sides by tan 34. And you'll get y is 24 over tan 34. 24 divided by tan 34. And we get 35.58. I'll keep all those decimal places for later. And now we can look back at our triangle. Now that we've found y, we have enough information in the top triangle to solve the rest. So I know that this y is 35.58. I've got a 28 degrees. On this triangle, this is my hypotenuse. I want to find x. What would x be? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Opposite, because it's opposite to 28. What do I know? I know the adjacent. Sine, cos, or tan? I'm going to use tan again. So now tan of 28 degrees, opposite over hypotenuse, which was the 35.58. Multiply both sides by 35.58. And since in my calculator I have that built in, I can just go times tan of 28, because it'll take that answer, which is 35.58, multiply it by tan 28, and I'll get x is equal to 18.9. Does it ask me how many decimal places I want? Does the question say? How tall is the building? No. Now, the x is 18.9, so the building is, it's a word problem, so we end with a sentence. 24 plus 18.9 is going to equal 42.9. 42.9 meters tall. Is it feet? Yeah. Thank you. Whew. That's a problem with doing it on the smartboard. I always have to scroll back to read the question. 42.9 feet tall.